Introducing Femme Magic at femmemagic.com. Plant-based feminine care, chemical-free and 100% vegan. Gentle liquid magic comes in easy-to-use and convenient products like Kuchiwa, our all-natural fem wash for day-to-day maintenance, which will keep your yoni feeling fresh, clean, and balanced. Vag Elixir, the botanical-based restorative power that combats odor, BV, dryness, and more. An aphrodisiac to naturally lubricate your skin and yoni. Go get yours today at femmemagic.com. That's femmmagic.com. Use code SassyDivine for a 5% discount.
Welcome to The Secret Garden at the crossroads of Sassy Lane and Divine Boulevard, where we are powerfully feminine and divinely chaotic. I am your host, Lady Lovely. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. If you are new to The Secret Garden, welcome. I hope you come to love the sunshine here and the occasional spring shower sitting with me among the lilies and the hollyhocks. As you take your seat under the willow trees, go ahead and hit the like button. Show the world that you support The Secret Garden. It's Marvelous Monday Bloomies, and we're taking a moment to understand and appreciate men. Today we are exploring the 3 crucial steps to touching a man's heart. Now, most of us were raised to be strong and independent women. It was preached from every corner of society, every part of our world, from our parents, maybe even your grandparents, everyone you knew, people at church, people in community, every woman that you knew, both high and low, from folks on the big screen to the little screen, everyone was pushing the agenda for us to be strong and independent, to pursue our educations and prioritize that above family, to compete with men, and to have a general feeling that anything that they could do, we could do it better. And our mothers meant well for us. They meant the best. They had good intentions. However, it is obvious by looking at our community today that this trope of the strong, independent black woman, I don't need no man, has led to a splintering of the community. It has not led to a stronger nation. It has led to broken families, less education. Our marriage rate is 1 in 4. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. We are in trouble. And a lot of it is due to this trope, this value of being strong and independent. Get your education because you got to pay these bills. As long as you have money, buy your own, have your own. I can do bad by myself. You guys know all the things. You've heard them all. You could recite them in your sleep. That's how familiar they are. Even in the music, these values permeated the music. But unfortunately, it has led to us being alone. Like I said, splintered families and a high rate of singleness and divorce. So we have trouble getting along with men and understanding men because we weren't raised to know how to get along with a man. We weren't raised to do that. It is very It is very clear, and we have to admit it. We know it is true. We weren't raised to do that. One thing our mothers did teach us, though, if we did choose to have a man, the 3 things we were responsible for: cooking, cleaning, and sex. Now, those are the 3 things that most women feel. If you ask them, what do you bring to a relationship, or what are you responsible for providing in a relationship to a man? They're going to say those 3 things, generally speaking. And for most of us, we don't even provide those 3 things in a superior manner. We hold back on sex. We barely cook. Y'all know it. We barely cook. We barely clean. Come on. Because we work in these jobs and we getting another degree. And we're pursuing. So we don't really have time or energy to address the home in that manner. Although that is what our mothers did teach us. Okay, if you're going to do this, these are the 3 things you got to do. Got to have this covered. But we lack in that department as well. And because we have come from this strong and independent place, many of us, by the time we are women of a certain age, about 30, we are pretty unteachable. And by that, I don't mean formal education. I mean, we cannot be led. We cannot be instructed. We think we know everything. We're convinced of our own abilities. We have a pretty high opinion of ourselves. And not to say that anyone should think lowly of themselves, but we have such a high opinion that we are difficult to lead. We are difficult to correct. Y'all know, you can name, everybody knows that woman, okay? She's in your family. She's in the office. She at the church. She knows everything. You can't tell her anything, okay? And she has a tone and a high-handed way. Y'all know what I'm talking about? This behavior that is rampant in our community is also problematic. So if you pair this up with the strong and independent, we have major problems because it limits our ability to grow and to become better women, mothers, daughters, humans. Now here in the Secret Garden, we accept the divine order. The creator, the man, the woman, the children. We accept that as the divine order. And we know and understand that the woman was created to be a help meet for the man. When we say meet, it's suitable, fit. It's not mate. It's not help mate. A lot of people say help mate. It's not help mate. It's not a compound word. It's help meet for him. Meet meaning fit or suitable. So the woman's role is to be a help, a suitable help to him. So not our idea of the help, but a help to him in the ways that he needs. Now, again, this is old-timey stuff, old-fashioned. Many of you are tuning off now. You're closing. You're shutting the window. You're going somewhere else because this is some real, what would be considered old-fashioned, backwards, maybe even misogynistic beliefs. But in the Secret Garden, we accept this as truth. We understand it. We accept it. We're not fighting that natural order. We're not resisting that. So we understand that that's our place. So if we're not cooking and cleaning and providing the intimacy, or we always think of the intimacy as something that we provide. That's a whole nother post that I want to discuss. But if we're not doing those 3, what is it we are bringing to the relationship? What makes us meet for the man in our life? What makes us suitable for him? And does he prioritize the things that we think are important? If we have other skills or values that we believe we bring to the table, are they things that he values? These are important questions because every man has a purpose or a set of goals for his life, a mission. It takes time for this to develop, but some even graduate from high school and know exactly what their mission in life, what they want to do, what they were born to do, and they go about to do it. Others, it takes them some time for it to be revealed to them. So every man has his set of goals, what he wants to get done in his life, what he believes is his role in his family, in the world, in the community, every man has that. And working on these goals gives him drive and it earns him respect. Now, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is important. With a man, respect is everything. Respect is love to men. If you love him, you will respect him. You're not going to get out of order. You're not going to talk to him any kind of way. You're not going to use any old kind of language. You're not going to do certain things that would embarrass him. Whatever. You're going to respect him. Respect is love to a man. For a woman, love is adoration. Attention is a big part of that adoration. If a man does not feel respected, his whole demeanor and spirit will change toward you and around you. He will only be about business, and that's it. It's really important for a man to feel respected by women, by the woman in his life, and by his peers and elders. Respect is vital to men. The same way that love and adoration, and when I say love, I'm using love generally because respect is love for men and adoration and attention is love for women. Okay, so for us, we need a certain amount of attention, a certain amount of caring, nurturing, seeing to, looking after. And if we don't get that, if we don't get our cup full the way we need it, we will act out and we will be extremely needy, almost like an attention hog, insatiable for attention from everyone and sundry. So that's the two principles I want you to remember. And shout out to Six the Goddess for bringing me to this understanding. Respect for a man, respect is love. For a woman, it's adoration and attention. A man must always be moving toward fulfilling his goals because in that is where he's earning his respect. So when a man is on his purpose, he lives and works in his masculine energy. And masculine energy is vital to his physical and spiritual health. Okay? It's essential. Masculinity increases his testosterone levels. Testosterone is essential to his physical health and his virility. And it builds his manly frame, which is how he sees himself, his reputation, and his self-image. So how the world sees him and how he sees himself. Now, I'm going to switch up a little bit. Get back to how are you touching this man's heart? 3 steps. 3 steps. Okay? Step 1, understanding. You must understand what that man's mission is. What are his priorities? You want to ask him these questions. Ask him the questions more than once. Ask him the question in different ways. Use different words so that you can really get clear on what this man is about. And if what he is about is something that you can get on with. Is this a bus that you can catch? Can you get on this program? Do you want to get on this program? Is this something you can line up with? So step one is understanding. Come to know what he wants to achieve, what his priorities are, and what the resources and skills he needs to achieve his goals. Understanding. Step two, cooperation. Cooperation. What is cooperation? I know you all went to some sort of, well, maybe you didn't, but everybody went to kindergarten. If you didn't go to daycare, you may not have gone to daycare. That's okay. But you went to kindergarten, okay, because that is the beginning of formal teaching here in this country. And for most of us, that's when we learned about cooperation. How to get along, how to participate in a positive manner, how to reciprocate, give and take, how to be responsive, how to work together, teamwork, unity, service. This is all a part of cooperation. Okay? Are you cooperative? How cooperative are you? And while you might be cooperative, can you be cooperative with this particular man? Can you get on his program? Can you match his rhythm? All right. Will you be able to maintain or possibly increase his momentum? Can you become an asset to him? That's really what it is. For us, in this sense, cooperation means service. It means everything I said before. Service, unity, responsiveness, reciprocity, participation, partnership. All of that is part of cooperation. Being a good follower, being an asset. Are you able to do the work that he needs? Are you able to be a help meet for him, suitable for him? Number one, understanding. Number two, cooperation, which leads us straight into number three, which is communication, which really probably should have been number one, but communication. And when the first part of communication is understanding the difference between men and women as far as how we communicate. We communicate very differently. Men use fewer words than women do. Men are more concise. They're more direct. Okay? Of course, men are more logical. We're more emotional, more nurturing. We're more on the creative end of the spectrum when it comes to between logic and emotions. So we express ourselves differently. And very often I hear, women say, I want a man who's a good communicator. Okay, that's good. Definitely. You should have a man who is a good communicator. At the same time, you have to understand that no matter how well he communicates or doesn't, he's still going to communicate like a man. He's never going to communicate like a woman. So there will be times where you can be having a perfectly positive conversation with a man. And then somewhere in there, the rubber meets the road and it's like you're not understanding each other. And you have to be willing to be patient and untangle it. Keep trying, keep coming at it from different angles, not just you, but him as well, so that you can get to a place of understanding. Because very often you agree, you're saying the same thing, but you're saying it in a different way. So your ears and brain are receiving it differently. Okay, so understand the difference between men and women. Ask valuable questions. This goes back to understanding. Don't ask never. If you have already, we all have, okay? We all have asked those silly dating questions. What's your favorite color? What did you want to be when you grew up? What else are this? I haven't asked them. They're very foolish questions. Don't ask those. Those questions are not going to help you to come to a place of understanding who this man is and what his program is about. And if he has one, it's not going to help. Now, if he asks you those questions, those questions probably will inform him about you, but not the other way around. So ask valuable questions. Ask him, what are his goals? What does he see as his mission for life? What are the steps he's taking to achieve those goals? Does he have a yearly, monthly, daily goal that will lead toward his fulfillment of his larger mission? And what resources or skills does he need? How can you support him? How can others support him? Ask valuable questions. Ask them more than once. Don't be ashamed to ask a question more than once. Ask it a different way. Ask it the same way. You can ask it as many ways as you want to. But ask until you have a clear understanding so that if someone else came and asked you what the man's program was, you could articulate it very well. Okay? You want to have a good understanding so you can decide and assess if you're fit. If this is going to make a good match or not. If you guys are salt and pepper, is this going to be a complementary union? And then last, seek to understand. So this goes back to understanding. Understanding, communication, cooperation. So if your man isn't able to communicate his goals, encourage him to come up with a plan. It can be just a rough outline that will sort of shape out what he sees as his responsibility and his goals, even short term. And then you can assess where you may fit into that plan. Now, those are the 3 steps to touching a man's heart, because in that man's heart is his mission. That's where his heart is at. As much as we would love it to be that his heart is with us, that his heart is with these children, that his heart is with his mother, his family, his heart is not. His heart is in his mission. Okay? And this is true for every man. That's where his heart is at. And if you can get in touch with that, find out what that is about, and be an asset to him, you will carve out a place for yourself in his heart. You will set yourself aside from the crowd. You will be different. And this is not even about looks or weight or hair or any of those outer things that we tend to concentrate on. Makeup, skin, complexion, none of that. You get to know that man, ask him valuable questions, and really listen, assess yourself, and see if you can be a help suitable for him. Now, I know that many of you are listening to this and you're saying, well, this is all about him. What am I getting? Why am I giving up all this time and energy getting to know him? What is he doing for me? Yes. Well, I'm telling you from personal experience, there will be no end to what he will do for you, because you will be the woman that has got on his program. There are very few women willing to do this anymore. They don't even see it as a part of their essential role as a woman. They feel that they have their own program, and quite frankly, they want him to get onto their program and be a good follower to their leadership. And we know that that is not the natural or divine course. Okay, that's not what the Creator had in mind. But that's how many live. So imagine that you're meeting, and you're a man, and you're meeting all these very modern women who have their own programs and want you to get on their program and fit into their agenda. And then you meet this other woman who has a different set of values, who's asking him the questions, who wants to know, okay? Who looks like she can be supportive. She can share skills. She can share network. She knows people. You will be a star, okay? And there will be no end to what he will be willing to do for you because you will become integral to him. Integral to him and his mission.